to your online coffee break, where we discuss bite-sized topics that inspire, educate, and entertain. Here's your host, a software innovator, award-winning marketer, and astronomy and space buff, Chuck Fields.
Hello, thanks for joining us today for the special Halloween edition of your online coffee break. Today I'd like to welcome to our show my special guest, Jess West. Jess is an amazing costume and makeup artist based in the Indianapolis area. Her work has been featured in USA Today, and she's done custom pieces for the New York Yankees and MTV. I went on location to see Jess as she transforms her Batman villains characters into real life. During this interview, Jess describes her work and shows how you can use makeup to help take your costume to the next level. All right, so here we are. Tell me what you're going to do, Jess.
Okay, so we are going to transform my Batman villain characters into real life today. Kate is my lovely model. She's going to be part Catwoman, part Joker. If you can kind of do a quick spin. You've also got Harley Quinn and Penguin on this backside.
Excellent.
I also have all their other partners in crime on a different mask. I'll show you that later.
Wow.
It's pretty awesome. We're going to start out. We need to get the Catwoman kind of thing to stick down the center of her forehead, down the center of the nose, because it's kind of split in half.
Nice.
So we're going to put something called spirit gum on there. It's really good and tacky. It's kind of like a contact type of cement, so you're going to want to put it on and let it get tacky, and then press down. It's not an immediate hold.
Where do you get spirit gum? Is that?
You can get it online. You can get it, during Halloween season. You can get it at any Halloween store. But other than that, I love getting it on Amazon. It's quick, fast. Amazon Prime.
Very nice.
I order a lot of stuff that way. So you just put kind of a heavy coat on there, right where you're wanting to put the center of this down.
See right there, I would be scratching my nose entirely.
Yeah, Kate's a good sport. This stuff actually comes typically with a remover, so you can kind of use like a cotton swab or something along that lines, and it can be easily removed when you're done.
Nice. Now, just as you're doing this, where did you come up with the idea of like split superhero personalities?
It's just sort of like a fun thing I like to do. I like to do something specifically called transition costumes.
Nice.
I take big scary monsters and I turn into something beautiful. For instance, this Halloween I've made this giant devil costume on a motorized platform. He's about 13 feet tall, and I walk out as an angel and surprise everyone with a giant wingspan that flips out. So the Mashup Costumes, I think, are also fun because you can have multiple characters in one, and I like to make things that, make people say, wow, and I feel like this definitely does that. I mean, a Batman alone is cool, a Catwoman, Joker, all of those things alone are dope, but imagine if you can have four of them in one.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine when you're walking down in a crowd of people and you've got these glass eyes staring at you from behind, and you really want to scare somebody, that's how you do it.
Where on earth did you get that passion? Did it start, I think, the 6th grade? You started your first
sixth grade. So ironically enough, I made, by the way, I'm putting a Meron white clown makeup. It's kind of what they call it, clown white. Okay. Just kind of like a cream makeup on with a nice brush for the Joker. 6th grade, I was pretty tall for a girl. I didn't really fit into the traditional kids' costumes, and I didn't think they were cool enough. I was pretty artsy at that time point still, So I thought, well, I'll make my own costume. Made a costume for the costume contest and won, and I thought, oh, that's really fun. It's a good creative outlet, and I've been making costumes ever since.
What costume was that?
Poison Ivy, actually. It was like a 1992 Batman, like Uma Thurman style.
Oh, excellent.
Catwoman costume. Yeah, she was pretty awesome. And then after that, like I said, it's kind of snowballed into multiple people asking me, to make stuff for them, and me, continuously trying to outdo myself by making wilder and wilder costumes.
See, I love that. Now, just a couple years ago, I believe you made this awesome Chewbacca costume.
Yes. It was back in like 2000, I think 13 or 14. I've had so many costumes, it's really hard to keep track of all of them. I made this crazy Chewbacca costume for Gen Con.
And then USA Today actually did
that? So we, after the Chewbacca story was in the Indy Star, Channel 8, my friend Andrew Garrison, a good friend of mine, I went to high school with him. He actually worked for Channel 8, Wish TV, and he's like, dude, we should totally do like a video story on Chewie, as opposed to just having like a video. You know what I mean? You know, it's like a written article or whatnot.
Sure.
And so I was like, yeah, absolutely. So that happened. And then after that, all the news channels started kind of chiming in. And then a few years later, did some funny costumes for the Indy 500, like the man rompers. We did some really loud, obnoxious, patriotic
Tell
rompers.
me about the man rompers. That's amazing.
We just did like the wildest, you know, the original people that started doing that, those guys at that startup company, they made kind of like a preppy style of romper, you know, kind of khakis and really kind of traditional for summer, you know, really relaxed. And I thought, this is hilarious. Like, we should totally make something for the Indy 500 because people like to go and dress up like hillbilly or goofy.
Right.
They kind of like to tease people and wear goofy stuff. So I thought, you know, if these guys are wanting to, you know, be loud and be seen, we should, you know, give them some rompers that are really trendy right now in these weird patriotic colors. Joking around, made a post about this, and then people started ordering like crazy. We sold hundreds of rompers across the country. They went ahead and copied and pasted that article from the Indy Star about the rompers, the men's rompers, and then they, you know, were so intrigued by all of that that they decided to actually come in and personally interview and do an individual story that they wrote themselves, as opposed to reposting Indy Star. So I was, needless to say, really pumped.
Wow, that is so incredible. That must have been so rewarding. And then I understand that led to you ended up working with New York Yankees.
Yes. So after that article went out, I was contacted by a broker or whatever you would call it that does stuff for the New York Yankees. And he's like, you know, hey, I saw that the men's rompers on USA Today, those are great. We have a new rookie this season called Aaron Judge. And we're looking to have something quirky, you know, for fans to wear when they're in the stands. And I kind of knew where they were going. I was thinking, you know, judges' robes. That's hilarious, like a gavel, like a judge's gown. You know, are you interested? And I was like, well, absolutely. You know. Yeah. So we took the makeup and applied it with a nice soft brush. Then I went ahead and took my hands and just kind of patted it and kind of made it look a little bit more solidified
really
on the face. Yeah, kind of smoothed it out just a bit. And then what I will do next for Joker is that he kind of needs to look a little crazy. So we are going to take and put a black divider line down the center to kind of divide the two characters. Put a little water. I have these paints. They're kind of like imagine like a watercolor for your face. So when you apply water to the paint that's kind of like chalky at first, it gets liquidy and then it dries chalky. So it actually is a little bit more permanent than a traditional, you know, cream makeup, if you will.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. It pretty much holds up really well. And I'm going to put something on once I get this line drawn down the center here.
Nice.
I've got this powder. It's kind of like a mattifying powder. So it can take a little bit of the shininess away from this white and set it. I've got two different things that we'll do for that. So it's called a neutral set. Ben Nye, I like this brand. It's a colorless powder. It's kind of like a matte powder. So you'll just kind of put a little bit onto your brush. It kind of goes everywhere. And then you literally just pat it all over. So yeah, now she looks a little more matted and she can't breathe probably because she's got all this like powder all over her. And then the other thing we'll do is, so Joker tends to look a little crazy.
Yes.
You know, so we're going to do some of this similar black makeup under his eyes and kind of smudge like he's, you know, had a bad makeup day. Close your eyes, Kate. We're going to kind of just put it.
Like, do you have people who just want to really take their Halloween costumes to the next level that say, I want something so much better than what I have?
Yes, that's why people come to me. So I built this business on this, like, my little slogan. It's like, I can make anything.
I love that, yes.
I firmly kind of believe that. You know, you do a little research. I've never built a costume twice, and I'm a self-taught artist. I didn't have training to develop all this stuff. But yes, I have people come to me for things that they cannot find anywhere else. That's exactly what people come here for. And my costumes are high-end costumes. You know, I don't do things pretty much under Halloween, specifically under $500. Most of my costumes start at about $1,000, but they're really well made. I know it's fine. It'll look good. It'll look good. They're really well made. They're really high-end products, and they're handcrafted, so they take time and they'll fit like a glove. You know, those are things that, you know, you just can't get when you do Amazon and stuff like that.
How much time does it take you? I mean, I know
it depends. You know, like Chewbacca, I have well over 100 hours in him.
Wow.
I have almost, 2,000 some odd dollars in hair and product that goes on him. So it just depends. Like there's all kinds of types of costumes, like sculpting masks and stuff. Like these masks, they had quite a few hours on them. These masks particularly. It just depends on what you're making. We have a costume for a customer. Now I'm putting red lipstick on her for the Joker face, and we're just going to kind of kick it out and make it look like.
I see. So you're in the 6th grade, you saw Batman. Were you like blown away by the makeup and thought, I want to do that? Or were you just...
I used to draw a lot, and I kind of was okay with that. I really kind of hate drawing, to be honest with you. But then I started doing this kind of stuff, like actually building 3D objects, and I thought, oh my gosh, like this is really fun, and it's a little bit different. And I like seeing end results. It's really fun when you get to do this kind of stuff, and then when it's all said and done, you've got these like crazy characters that you have, made come to life.
Exactly.
And it's really rewarding, and people applaud people that are trying to build things, and artists. I think people like to support a lot of artists, and it's just it's a good atmosphere to be in. I think as far as a career standpoint, I couldn't ask for anything better. So she's looking crazy right now. She's looking a little scary, a little on the one side. So you've got your Joker makeup, kind of his split lips that are open, and I've taken a red matte lipstick, which I really enjoy using, to kind of do the lip line, and then I took my black other makeup with my like thin brush and kind of just do some details as far as that goes down the center, and that looks pretty good.
It does look good.
Yeah. And then the other side, this is kind of all set up on the other side. So for Catwoman, we're just going to kind of keep it simple, but we will, we're going to put like a kind of a little bit of a darker purple pretty lipstick on this side, so it's in a nice high contrast with the other side. And then we'll do a little bit of a cat eye, which is like a liquid eyeliner.
Oh, wow.
Close your eyes for me. And so then the last thing I will do on her to kind of set all this stuff, in addition to the powder that we did earlier, I've also got that same company at Ben Nye. It's called Final Seal. It's kind of like just a matte makeup seal. It kind of holds everything on a little bit longer. It does have a menthol to it, so Kate's want to keep her eyes closed until this stuff dries so that it doesn't irritate her. But it smells really good.
It does smell
It smells minty and fresh, but yeah, it'll seal all this makeup down so that it kind of stays nice and keeps while she's ready to run through the streets in this crazy costume. And then we'll just kind of tie up her little bow underneath. Really simple. And now you have half Joker and half Catwoman. She's pretty crazy. And then you can turn around. If you want to stand up, you can kind of show them the back of the mask and everything. Kind of do a 360. You can see how creepy this thing is. Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah, just kind of do like maybe a spin. Just keep spinning for a second slowly. Yeah, because it looks really, really neat. See all the different dividers. And then if you can tell, her suit's also got correlated parts to the suit as well.
audience out there that wants to use your skills, they can go to your website, which is jesswestcostumes.com.
Yes, I have jesswestcostumes.com. I have a really nice website on there. You can read all these articles for all the newspaper things that I had mentioned to you. There's a couple of fun videos on there. I actually just did a really cool thing and teamed up with a local photographer, which is awesome. Two things, she's starting to take these really cool pictures of my work, A, and then B, people are spending X amount on these crazy costumes. So she's offering a service to provide photographs, professional pictures of their stuff for them. You can opt to have like this in your Batman villain costume. You can pose and be photoshopped into, Gotham City or whatever, whatever. Maybe not the actual Gotham for, whatever purposes, but.
That's such a good idea. I mean, you spend all that time and investment too on it to get the photos to preserve that moment is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I want to thank you both for just joining us today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right now. Wow, I've been really amazed by Jess's makeup skills. If you'd like to learn more about her and her services, just visit her website at jesswestcostumes.com. I want to thank her for joining us today. I want to thank you for tuning in today as well. If you'd like to comment on today's episode, just visit our website, onlinecoffeebreak.com, or you can call us at 317-862-4700. Leave a message there. Who knows? We just might play it on the air. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Online Coffee Break. And of course, we'd love it if you'd rate us on iTunes or share this episode with your friends. Thanks again for joining us today. See you next time. God bless.